Hello. Okay, so we had some tough technical difficulties, but we're gonna start back up and I'll pull up my chat window a little bit. Okay, so plan for today is we're gonna do some Fall in London, and then while I'm waiting for my actions to refresh, we'll do some That's Not My Neighbor. It'll be a little bit wonky. I'm going to try doing like a multiple recording thing so I can do like a full stream and then pull out the That's Not My Neighbor bits. We'll see how this works. I don't know. My computer's already fighting me, so we'll see how this goes. um, but that's the plan. So I've been doing a little grinding just to get a bit more money and more um experience basically on my watchful and dangerous mostly, it seems like. Shadow has been working too. I've really not been doing my persuasive. So we'll see how that affects everything. Um, but first off, let's pull up this card that I did earlier. Um, Court and sell the constables. The constables protect the rich, the powerful, and the masters, but sometimes, too, they protect the wretched poor. What an amazing change. A small donation. There are any number of constabulary-supported charities and benevolent funds. A small donation will earn you a little credit with the gentleman in blue. There's a bunch more other things. Looks like I don't have any of the things, so I'll just donate a little. Interesting. Okay, so it goes, a solemn conversation. You share a cup of tea with the treasurer of the fund for the frequently murdered constables. Together you mourn the many ills of subterranean life. You've established some degree of rapport, enabled by just a small exchange of rusty gold. Today, something in the air makes the gas lamps sink low. Burn marsh green. And I have a favor for constables. Onwards. Okay, pull another card. Dream about wine and dead men. You dream you're at the quietest party ever. You are in a vast, dark ballroom lined with mirrors. Dead men and women wrapped in bandages, like they were in the tomb colonies, stand around, glasses of wine in hand. No one says anything. Very occasionally, someone coughs. You can't wait to leave, but you feel an obligation to the host. Take a sip of wine. Who knows? It might not be disgusting. Okay, again, my computer's been acting up recently. Let's see if a refresh helps this. Okay, there we go. Um, well, maybe that did something. Maybe I lost it. It's fine. I think I lost it because I've got 15 actions. Oh well. I did want to finish Hunting Across London. I think I've got it to where we're done. So it goes, you know where the rat is lairing. If it uses the sewer entrance to come and go, your path is clear. Unfortunately. It's only natural that vermin monsters nest in places that those of good breeding should choose not to go. But it's a dreaded nuisance. On. This reeking labyrinth is almost 2,000 years old. In places you can still make out Roman brickwork, mingled with that of still older cities, ones that were here before the bazaar took London. The rat is down here somewhere. Oh, okay. A rat in a sewery maze. They say there are 7 labyrinths in London. Does this count as one of them? It's not very grand. The air is ripe with primordial stenches, and you may need a new pair of boots. Where is that wretched beast? Shoot it the moment you see it. The tide will rise soon. You don't want to be trapped down here. Complete the bounty, make your name. 100% chance success. Explore Slayer thoroughly before it returns. Who knows what you might find? I mean, probably you'll find rat dung and half-eaten children, but you never know. Just be out of the sewers before the tide comes in. Abandon your bounty and see what you can find in the beast lair instead. This one needs the fate. I kind of want to do this, though. Ooh. Okay, a nest of squirming monsters. Dear God, it's a female. Good thing you caught these abominations before they grew to full size. The Department of Menace Eradication will certainly pay you a bonus for these. And what's that glowing in the filth? Alright. 50 rat on a string, quarries savagery, phosphorescent scarab. Okay, my quarry will no longer be tempted by poisonous bait. Alright, let's travel. I want to see what's going on in, I really wish things would show up when I'm not fully zoomed in. Okay, Department of Menace Eradication. What's going on with that? The department's chief office is in an incongruously handsome 17th century building, though the years in fall have taken their toll. Okay. I am going to claim my bounty. Ooh, that's 5 actions. I'll do another contract. Well, I kind of want to do something that's not 100% chance just because it helps grow things a little bit better. Well, I guess I'll try this. I don't know what the easiest way to catch it is. Okay. I got it now. Okay, I guess I am going to just go for it. Alright, so finish this thing. A bullet between the eyes. Good God, it's a big one. There's no way you'll be able to drag it back to the surface. You are faced with the unpleasant task of deciding which part of the rat you should cut off in order to prove your kill. We will gloss over the details of that process. You have enough to satisfy the department. Okay. Make your name the reward for a worryingly large rat. You can't be rid of this sad and stinking flesh soon enough. Alright, not quite its weight in rusty gold. A grinning functionary counts the rusty gold out in the currency of a long extinct city. 100 hearty thanks yous. I cannot tell you just how much I dislike rats. I wonder sometimes if I should find other employment. So many rats in this city. I hear London had rats above. Well, perhaps so. But it can be as nothing to this tide of festering cunning that daily assails us. The department will not rest until every rat in the city has been converted to leathery trophy skin. They clearly have an inclination to optimism. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not possible. It's like every time. Oh, I mean, varying levels of humanity in Fallen London, I suppose, but every time humanity has been like, ha, we will eradicate this animal, it hasn't worked. But the ones that are kind of like just chilling, we're really good at eating all those, or, just killing all those for their hides or something. But, what's technically vermin, it tends to survive a little bit better. Uh, okay. Ooh, 200 Rossi gold. That's a lot of money. Okay. A rambunctious celebration. A gaggle of eradication contractors await you on the department steps. You're one of us now, grins a one-legged hunter, her skin crisscrossed with scars. Come and get drunk. Decline. You've no interest in making friends, you're here to work. Buy their drinks, then listen to them reveal their secrets. Wear your best smile. Learn from their mistakes. Prove yourself. Out-drink, out-fight, and out-boast them. Lead them to church instead. Eradication is a dangerous business. It's wise to keep your soul clean. I'm going to go with subtle. Ooh, holy cow. That bumped my dangerous a lot. Okay, shop talk. A one-eyed contractor recounts her costly encounter with the sorrow spider. Another whispers a story about the aberrations that coil and ooze in the palace cellars. As the night wears on and the empty glasses accumulate on the table, a whiskered old soldier bears the scar on his chest and wonders if he truly did escape the heart-taker that found him one night. Okay, interesting. I don't see where I can mark subtle, but we'll continue. Ooh, card. Ah, hell. A consideration for services rendered. Hell likes to recognize those who've done its service. Would you like to be recognized? Looks like you need a soul. um, okay. I don't have a soul apparently. So, can't do that one. Alrighty. Okay, what else to do for the moment? Um, let's see. Where was I don't think it was Vale Garden. Lady Bones, maybe? I want to see what's going on with Coalmonger. Okay, not here then. Maybe it was Vale Garden. Nah. Uh, Crowds of Spite, Singing Mandrake. Crowds of Spite, maybe? Oh. Oh, this is all new, I think. An evening's dipping. Don your most inconspicuous clothing. Prepare your slights and distractions. Where will you go to pick pockets? Interesting. I haven't seen this yet. Okay. Come back to this later. I don't even know how I got here. Onwards. I'd meant to go to Spite. Goodness. Oh, there's all sorts of new stuff. Weird. Okay. Rob a drunk. Fall asleep in the gutter around here. Someone needs educating. You're doing him a favor. But who is he when he's not snoring in 3 inches of sleet slurry? Ooh. Who? An anonymous wretch. Once he might have been anyone, now he's no one. A cavalry officer. That's the uniform of the 23rd Nethi Rifles, though he's long since sold his brass buttons for the cheapest gin by the smell. Airs of London. Huh. Honestly. Ah, damn. A steely grip. He grasps your wrists and opens his eyes. They are a pallid blue webbed with red. Nothing, he croaks. There was nothing left of us. Scraps and follies. Even our souls were crisped to cinders. He relaxes his grip, but it's drawn attention. Okay, cryptic clues. Today, water has a metallic taste. It generally does. But is this a different metal? Copper? Silver? Okay, yeah, I got a suspicion, but it's fine. I we're I have the hardest time locating things. Um, maybe that's at my lodgings. No. Although, let's see what this curse of ambition was. Oh, that's still the what I've decided, which I have yet to decide what my ambition is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll wait on that for a little bit. Um, I'll see what deviously shrewd rat says. Oh, do. You need what you don't have. Learn more about finding items of fallen. I need to learn about finding where everything is. Okay, that's the bazaar. New opportunities, hunter skills. First things first, you gotta learn how to handle yourself if you want to get by. Raise at least one of your skills to 10 or higher, including modifiers from your equipment. Ooh, this just ran. Okay, here's was name as a other was name. The rat spends an evening recounting tales of its previous charges. As it would have it, it is solely responsible for their every success. Their failures, however, remain firmly their own. Okay. Can I do that again? I don't think so. Um, you've begun making your name. Reputation is everything, and you should cultivate one at all costs. What you might cultivate one for, however, is more, far more subjective. Okay. Menaces. Okay, let's get back. Right. Where is my coalmonger friend? 'Cause I know when I was like fuzzing around a little bit, maybe it was by Medusa's head. Or maybe just Watchmaker's Hill. Needle wrestling? When was that a thing? Wild. I have been like I haven't been looking for things, but I've been to Medusa's head and it keeps popping there. That's new things. Okay. All right. So I think, yeah, here we go. All right. Someone is asking for a beating. The sneering dragsman calls out in the street. So, found your claymate's secrets yet? Drub the villain. The fog-quieted street is empty of constables and other irritants. Administer the lesson. Did I plan? Okay. I could have saved that. All right, a very modest challenge. Yeah, I've got my dangerous way up, so yeah. A sound pounding. You pound the dragsman's head against a pub wall until his memory improves. It was indeed he who stole the Clayman Coleman's stash of secrets, but he was paid to do it. The real culprit was the notorious strikebreaker, an employee of the masters of the bazaar. This fellow is renowned for his dislike of Clayman. Sterling work! And the dragsman has some intriguing round knobbly things in his pocket that you might be able to trade on. Okay. Certifiable scraps. Onwards. Alright. Clayman, Coleman, and the notorious strikebreaker. The strikebreaker is a strong-armed man who works for Mr. Fires and has a grudge against Clayman. What to do? Put the boot in. Someone needs to stand up for Clayman, and people who mess with your acquaintances should know better. Honestly, let's go for him. Yeah! Splendidly done. The notorious strikebreaker spends most of his time in Wolfstack Docks, but today he's visiting Watchmaker's Hill to fence the secrets he stole from the Clay Coleman. Perfect. You tap him on the shoulder. He says, "Oh, the bleeding now, You punch him unconscious and take his secrets, leaving only a lump of coal as a calling card. Now to find the Clay Coleman, after you've copied down these secrets. Philanthropy is its own reward, yes, but let's not go too far with that. One has certain expenses," and so forth. Okay, I've gotten a lot of cryptic clues. Trading secrets. You have returned the Coleman's secrets to him. They've been missing so long, he's having second thoughts about what to do with them. How do you advise him? Stick with his original plan. Companionship is important, and Clayman find it harder going than most. Bring one of his fellows over from Polythrene. There are finer things in life. There are far more important things, such as fine living, wine, the theatre, and so forth. Introduce your Coleman to the finer things. Donate to the cause. You will not tolerate this abuse. Besides, the Claymen have fists like hammers. Properly educated, they may be the vanguard of the revolution. A start towards getting an education. The Clayman Coleman isn't stupid. He can write, for a start, but he's not used to thinking in abstracts, and he has no formal schooling. Encourage him to better himself. He can have a friend. He will be here soon. It's better for the Claymen that they arrive in London under their own steam, rather than accepting a transportation contract from the masters of the bazaar that amounts to slavery. The Clayman Coleman demonstrates his gratitude by giving you all manner of intriguing odds and ends he's collected in his work. Steadfast. Aw. Okay. And certifiable scraps. Okay. Ooh, card time. Hello. A scuffle on the street. What's going on? A man with a red feather in his hat and a well-dressed lady are haranguing each other in the street. He's angry, she's upset, they're both shouting. An urchin circles them warily, trying to stay out of sight, but clearly attracted by the prospect of an unintended purse. Stand up for the lady. Of course, you must assist her. Take the revolutionary's side. He's undoubtedly in the right. Assist the urchin. He's being much too obvious. If they catch him picking pockets, there'll be no mercy. Interesting. Hmm. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch the tiger by his toe. Uh, that's 11, so. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch the tiger by his toe. Revolutionary. Okay, but I don't want to. Okay, urchin it is. Bless you! You motion to the urchin, shaking your head. He moves away just as the shouting man notices him. You're a saint, he says a minute later. If you stop by a watchmaker's ill some evening, we might have something for you. All right, a clandestine rendezvous at Watchmaker's Hill. Okay. Ooh. No babies. Grubby kittens. I do have my fish. To take away the nightmares. A connection of yours mentioned that you should look for a meeting of like-minded people in Watchmaker's Hill. They assured you it would be to your advantage to turn up. So here you are. Who was the connection exactly? Urchin, devil, Tom colonist, criminal, constable. Oh, so I had a lot of a new vice. um, we'll go with urchin. I have a grubby kitten! Yay! Garn. A gathering of urchins is a rowdy affair. Matters of business seem to center mostly on territorial disputes, but there is much jostling and competitive shouting. As you're leaving, a young child pushes a small cat into your hands. Want a litter in it? He says. You gotta take it. We run out of bricks, isn't we? Ah. Okay. What's seeing through the eyes of Icarus? Okay. I want to see if kitten turned up in my possessions. Dreaded? It's someone to be avoided. Okay. We'll put Mr. Fish back in there. Um, but he's cute though. All right. I think making a name stuff is all to do with setting you up for ambition. Let's see about guard duty. Guard duty at the observatory. The observatory. Obs. Oh my goodness! I just said it. Observatory staff are blind, and I can't speak. This makes their survival next to a marshy morass of monsters all the more challenging. Offer your services. A guard has fallen ill recently after an unwise mushroom. His dysentery is your opportunity. I don't think that's how dysentery works, but I guess we're in Fallen London, so things are a little different. Okay. A largely uneventful night. You do unpeel a number of shambling fungus things from their slow progress up the east wall of the observatory. You are paid in moon pearls, of course. All right. A small child meditatively pings stones off a butcher shop window. Eventually, the butcher emerges, cleaver in hand. The child disappears with remarkable speed. A marksmanship competition for a prize of jade. You've won enough respect among the hunters of Watchmaker's Hill that you've been invited to come down to Bugsby's Reach with them. Get roaringly drunk and shoot bottles off each other's heads. Alright. I think I'm gonna go look at ambitions again. Which I think was my lodgings. Yes. The Curse of Ambition. Okay. I guess I should probably decide. To win your heart's desire, seek impossible riches, to right an old wrong, to revel in the joy of the hunt. Honestly, Watchful and Dangerous are doing the best right now. So I was already leaning towards this. Aspirations and ambitions. You can't rest, not really rest, until the matter is settled, and it's brought you, at long last, down here. There is work to be done. To begin ambition nemesis, raise a name in 7 secret alphabets and a name scrawled in blood to 1 by beginning to make your name. Then look for the story in Lady Bones Road. You are not yet locked into this ambition. If you change your mind, you may pursue any of the others. But choose carefully. Once you've begun an ambition, it's very hard to change it. Alright, let's see what this card does. Revolutionaries. Well, I can't do anything, so... but it says Gunpowder and Zeal, the revolutionaries. Some call them the dynamite faction, but they're very far from united. Socialist anarchists, foreign agents, only the hatred of their masters unites them. 6. Dang. Alright, interesting enough, but can't use it right now. Right, I am going to go to Lady Bones. See what's up there. Tea with the vicar. There's a note on your doorstep. Okay. Making your name in Lady Bones Road. Okay. So... something. Let's look at the tea with the vicar real quick. There's a note on your doorstep. Your reputation goes before you. May I call on you? Perhaps around 4. I wish to discuss. The note goes on and on. The writer loses his way in an inky mire of enthusiasm, but you get the general impression that he's a vicar and a theologically adventurous one. He's left his card, at least. Welcome him warmly. London fell Devil's Walk, but the laws of hospitality still apply. And understanding. He's a cheery, twitchy sort with an alarming stare but a ready smile. You barely manage to get him seated before he starts. He's supposed to be asking you your opinions, but he seems more interested in explicating his own. Of course, but tell me, have you read Finnegan's treatise on channels of the soul? Nonsense, most of it. But it did raise some interesting points. This fellow's quite a find. You learn a surprising amount while your tea grows cold. Alright. Cryptic clue. I am getting so many of these. I don't want to talk to him again. Let's look at the Honey-Addled detective. Oh, no current case. Beautiful. His mind might be half gone, but his reputation remains. He contracts out his work to up-and-coming investigators. That's an opportunity for you, but you'll have to find him first. Ooh, excuse me. Set out to track him down. It's a test, not an ordeal. Your skills will be sufficient. Nice. Find the Honey-Addled detective. He's known to keep apartments somewhere in Moloch Street, but he also keeps to himself and has taken some pains to hide his whereabouts. Travel to Moloch Street to search for the detective, then use the travel button, da-da-da-da-da. Alright, onwards. Where is Moloch Street? Ah, there we are. On the trail. A keen eye, a pocket notebook, plenty of shoe leather, and overwhelming interest in other people's affairs. Commotion at Moloch Street Station, where the soulless depart London for hell. Right, I'm gonna keep on the trail for a moment. Hang around the right street corners, badger the right people, take copious notes, and who knows what you might learn. Raise on the trail to 4 to close the case. Easier branches more efficient, more difficult branches increase skills faster. Comb through the papers. They contain a lot of nonsense, but if you know where to look, you'll always learn something. Take the city's pulse. The city has an ebb and flow. Make yourself a rock and feel where the current pulls you. We're going to take the city's pulse, because I do have a decent chance. Oh, sadness. Perhaps they just smelled nice. There, the woman with the flowers. The bouquet forms some sort of code, you're certain of it. You sketch quickly, then retire to a cafe, working through every cipher or stigon- steganographic reference you can. Your tea is long cold by the time you're plumbing the depths of rhyming slang. Roses are red, someone is dead, violets are blue, that someone's you. Dash it, that can't be right. Today, something in the air okay, we've already seen that one. Contact. Ooh, okay. Trawl the local establishments. Every neighborhood has its dingy, forgotten hangouts. Secrets seep into the woodwork like stale beer. Contact an information broker. The city has a bustling trade in rumors, secrets, and infrastructure. All right. Hopefully I don't have to pay whispered hints. Oh. Something to chew on. You tear half a dozen pages from your notebook and slip them beneath a potted ficus in a hollow street honey den. By the evening, you're concerned your payment was never received. You're disabused of that notion, however, when you bite down on a wax puck that is secreted in your supper. Breaking it open yields several feet of very illuminating ticker tape. 2 on the trail. Shadows lie still, here where there is no sun to move them. Sometimes they shiver in the candlelight. Ah, boo, I did lose. Whispered hints. Oh well. Alright, so we'll come back to this in a little bit. In the meantime, hopefully yeah, okay. Watchful hours and shoe leather. The detective had taken some pains to hide his abode, but with determination and eye for the details, you found it. Making your name, closing the case, the honey-addled detective. The inhabitants of Moloch Street are reticent. The detective must have paid them for their silence. But you're certain that... Interesting. Your name is coiled in quandar. My suspicion quality is... Oh, I'm not suspicious anymore? Interesting. I'm still scandalous. Okay. Let's see what this card is. An intriguing rumor. A spectacled gentleman is hiding something near Dead Monk's Bridge. Surely worth investigating. Now, where was I? The gentleman in question is a representative of an organization that does not embrace publicity. Just where is the stash? Aha! Discreet surveillance reveals that he's using an alcove to store jade away from the watchful eyes of the masters and their taxes. Taking it is nothing less than a civic duty. Alright, I got some jade. Okay, making your name, find a tattooed courier's contact. The honey-addled detective has a fresh case. The constables suspect that revolutionaries are using Clathermont's tattoo parlor to feed information to a foreign power. Alright, let's go. The detective, unfortunately, is in no fit state to investigate, so it falls to you. Accept the case with pleasure. A case on behalf of the constables? Marvelous, you'll get started right away. Accept the case out of necessity. You have no particular love for the constables or those they serve, but the detective needs a proxy. And you need a job. You've already begun. Oh, that case? You'll just dig out your notes. What, you get desperately bored sometimes. Alright. May as well. Ooh, my watchful is going so good. Some days you don't even get out of the bath. You have an overactive mind. It needs stimulation, activity, input to feed its pathological compulsion to connect the dots whether you want it to or not. Having nowhere to direct that energy can drive a person to, well, suffice to say, you're aware of the matter at hand already. A tattooed courier arrives in the city every month and stays a few days. She must meet a source during that time.